MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, TireRack.com, and RockAuto.com.
Now, let's move on to a car that's tried to be many things to many people. At least that's what Volkswagen was hoping when they began importing the subcompact Jetta sedan during the 1980 model year. First, since the venerable Rabbit was being made over here, the Jetta was expected to satisfy anyone who still thirsted for a German-made small car. Second, the Jetta's traditional trunk was supposed to attract new buyers who rejected the Rabbit's hatchback design. And third, since it's true that the Jetta isn't much more than a Rabbit with a trunk, it would still deliver typical Volkswagen fuel economy. But things didn't quite work out the way VW planned. The Jetta's U.S. sales have never been as high as they expected. Why? Well, let's take a jab at the Jetta and see. The Jetta's sales problems sure can't have much to do with efficiency, starting with its styling. Not a single crease has been wasted in its clean, crisp shape. With a 94.5-inch wheelbase, typical for the subcompact class, the Jetta's front and rear overhang look almost perfectly balanced. Then there's the trunk. Interior cavities are quite large, with more cargo capacity than mid and full-size sedans. Our four bags were swallowed easily, with only a high liftover sill causing any complaints. Passengers are greeted with a modern front cabin that has oodles of head, leg, and shoulder room. While the overall tone is stark, the light, high-quality velour upholstery did make the Jetta's insides appear warm and almost expensive. I'm always amazed at how airy German interiors are, even in the back seat. Here, two adults will find more room than most of the Jetta's mostly Japanese competition, even with the expected small rear doors of our four-portal test car. Seating is firmer than in U.S.-made Rabbits, but quite comfortable over long hauls. We could use longer bottom cushions, though, for more under-thigh support. The Rabbit-type dash contains a large speedo and tach, water temperature and fuel gauge, as well as a digital clock that keeps strictly military time. Down under is a mini console with voltmeter as well as oil temperature and pressure readouts. Transaxles begin with a fine 5-speed manual with an overdrive in the top 2 gears. The linkage was less rubbery than the last Rabbit we tried. You can also order the Jetta with a 3-speed automatic. And the double glove box is interesting too, with a lot more storage space than you'd expect with such a narrow dash. Our Jetta's 1.7-liter gasoline power plant is renowned for its free revving overhead cam design and outstanding fuel economy. With 74 horsepower and 90 pounds of torque, EPA mileage estimates are 30 city and 42 highway. Only about 1 mile per gallon less than a comparable Rabbit. Over our 100-mile test loop, we recorded a very fine 36. Yet, like all German cars, Jetta economy is matched with good performance. Even in this detuned U.S. trim, a 0 to 60 time of 12 seconds rates very good for everyday cars. At a lightweight 2,200 pounds, the Jetta in general is only a half-second slower than similar Rabbits that are a full 100 pounds lighter. A 40 to 55 passing time of 4.7 seconds in third gear is really outstanding. The suspension feels supple yet firm, and handling is most comforting, with modest understeer and body lean. The optional and really required power rack and pinion steering is just fast enough at 3.3 turns lock to lock. Plus, when the back end finally begins to break loose, you have plenty of mid-range power to pull the Jetta through any normal emergency maneuver. Brakes, too, tested well. The combination disc drums showed no fade, were very hard to lock, and felt well connected to the rest of the car. Our average of only 110 feet after 6 hard stops is most commendable. In fact, about the only 2 real negatives you might find in driving the Jetta are its poor crosswind stability, better hold on when you get passed by a semi, and interior highway noise, 72 decibels at 55. While within our average range, it is slightly louder than many competitors. But now we come to the sticking point. What about the Jetta's price compared to its rivals? Of course, we all really do believe those dealer ads that say you can buy a Sentra or Corolla for $5,000, don't we? But truth in advertising forces VW to admit that even with a 13% price cut for 1984, the base two-door Jetta diesel will set you back $7,390. Our uprange four-door only GL gasser begins at $8,210. The Jetta is also available with a turbo diesel option and as a new, higher performance 1.8-liter GLI. No other subcompact offers a broader range of power plants. Apparently, it's that supposed price disadvantage that has hurt Jetta sales. But all is not lost. With a rebodied car due next fall, Volkswagen will no doubt begin its Jetta advertising blitz all over again. And they should succeed. For when it comes to real value for the dollar, or the Deutschmark, the Jetta packs quite a punch. Indeed it does, and we'll see you next time.